Hello everyone. This is for pre-calc. The worksheet's linear review 1 is what we did in class. There's only a couple things that are going to be new in this. Most of it's going to be review. So here goes. I'm asking you to sketch a line that has the following slope. Remember, lines that have negative slopes go down as you read from left to right. So anything that would point in this direction has a negative slope. As you read from left to right, anything that has a positive slope is going up. You need to be able to recognize those, that if I randomly drew a line and said, hey, what's the slope of that line, positive or negative, you should go, oh, it's going up, it's got a positive slope. A line that has an undefined slope must be vertical, and a line that has a slope of 0 must be horizontal. Okay, slope-intercept form. You guys will remember it as this. Given these, if I'm asking you to graph them, where you start is with the y-intercept. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And from there you do your slope. Where the negative goes, once again, doesn't matter. It's one place or the other. Whoops, looks like a 9. Just not both, because if it's both, the line's going to turn out to have a positive slope. -5, -4. Sorry guys, it's going to be positive 5/4. Okay? It's not, it's -5/4. So it doesn't matter if you put it up or put it down. So let's put it down. Sorry, put it up, I mean, it's this one. This one's the one I'm going to do first. So it says go down 5. Well, if I went up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then down 5 is one more, and then run 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so then here's your line. Notice that it's going down. It's got a negative slope. If you had done this one, it would say go up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then back 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And all this is an indication of is that I didn't do a very good job of drawing the line through it. So I just wanted you to see that it's going to end up being on the same line, and it turns out I did a kind of a poor job of drawing the line because I'm doing it free-handed. Okay, it should all line up. Okay. Sorry for my poor penmanship. Okay, doing this one. Y-intercept is -6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's your y-intercept. Slope is 2/3. Up 2 over 3. Up 2 over. All right, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All right, so then there's your line. And if you say you butt it up against the edge of a graph, say your y-intercept's up here, and you can't go up 2 over 3, well, you can go down 2, back 3. So down 2, back 1, 2, 3. All right, there it is. So you can see that by putting 2 negatives in, you'll get to the same line. And sometimes, like I said, you use that when you're butted up against the top of the graph, and you can't go up 2 over 3 because there's nothing there. Well, go down 2, back 3, and you'll end up on the same line. All right. Find equation in slope-intercept form up for the line going through this point has that slope. Well, we did these in your homework yesterday. So then you put in the 3. When you multiply fractions, you remember you go straight across. That'd be -8/5 plus b. I'm going to add 8/5 to both sides. Thinking of this as a mixed fraction only so I can do this in my head. So I'm going to add 3/5 or 1 3/5 to both sides. So your answer would be 4 3/5 is equal to b. You're welcome to type this in your calculator. I just thought it would be easier to do it in my head. So your final answer then is y is equal to 2/5 x plus 4 3/5. If you wanted to write a decimal for it, that's just fine. Find equation line going through. The first thing you guys need to do is find the slope. I usually write them one over the other because otherwise I misgroup the x's and y's together. So if you guys don't need to, don't bother. I'm just doing that because I know it's a problem-solving strategy I have to help minimize my own errors. All right. So 13 over what's that? -6. Write the equation line going through that. So then you got. Doesn't matter which point you pick. -13/6 x plus b. And let's see, why am I hesitating? I don't know. I'm going to pick, how about this point? So that would be 7 is equal to negative 13, 6 times negative 1 plus b. So that's 7 is equal to positive 13, 6 plus b. That's negative 2 and 1, or positive 2 and 1, 6. I have to subtract 2 and 1, 6 off of both sides. So taking just the 2 off will give you 5. Taking another 6 off would give me 6 and 5. 6 is equal 6. Why did I say 6? Good gravy. Taking just the 2 off gives you 5. Taking a 1, 6 off gives you a 4 and 5, 6. Ay, caramba. Negative 13, 6x plus 4 and 5, 6. Whew. That one was tough. Equation of a line that's parallel to this one? Well, the slope of this one is 5, so the parallel slope has to be also 5. So you know y is equal to 5x plus b. There's the point. 1 is equal to 5 times 2 plus b. 1 is equal to 10 plus b. Subtract the 10, negative 9 is b. So y is equal to 5x minus 9. Alright. Equation that's perpendicular to this one, notice it's the same equation, same point. I've already, you can see the slope right in it. So the perpendicular slope is negative 1/5. And you go through the same process of filling it in. Y is equal to negative 1/5 x plus b. So that would be 1 is equal to negative 1/5 times 2 plus b. So then 1 is equal to negative 2/5 plus b. Add the 2/5 over, and you get 1 and 2/5. So your final answer then is y is equal to negative 1/5 x plus 1 and 2/5. Now, I haven't brought up point slope form again. If you guys were so inclined to write these in point slope form, so you found the slope, you know the point. So that would be y minus 1 is equal to 5x minus 2, and you would be finished. This one would be y minus 1 is equal to negative 1/5 x minus 2, and you're finished. All right. Next page. Equations for horizontal and vertical lines. You guys need to remember y-axis, x-axis. If it's a horizontal line, it's only crossing the y. So, horizontal line, your equation looks like y is equal to some number. If it's a vertical line, that means it's only crossing the x. So, the equation looks like x is equal to some number. It only has the letter that it crosses. All right. Finding x-intercepts. So I've got some graph running out here like this. Who knows what the equation is for that? These are x-intercepts. The coordinates for all of those x-intercepts, it's going to have something in common, and that is you're going to have some x value. The x value is going to be different, but for sure your y value is going to be 0 on all these. So when you want an x-intercept, you let y equals 0 and solve for x. Doesn't matter what your equation is. That's how you do it. A y-intercept, here's a y-intercept. For sure, the y value is going to be some number. Doesn't matter. And for sure, the x value is going to be 0. So, to find a y-intercept, you let x equal 0 and solve for y. When you guys forget this, draw a picture and look at it. You're smart enough to figure this out. I'm serious. You just have to think about it for a minute. Hey, I want an x-intercept. What's true about those coordinates? Y is 0, guaranteed. Every single time you have an x-intercept. So let y be 0 and solve for your x value. Y-intercept, ditto, same thing, right? Find the x and y-intercepts of these. Okay, to find an x-intercept, you let y equal 0. Okay, let y equal 0. Well, you got a couple options on how you solve this. One option is you guys could factor this. At least try to anyways. I don't believe it's going to factor. Things that multiply to 12 and add to negative 5. Things that multiply to 12, 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. None of those are going to add to 5. So it's not factorable. So your only option then is to do the quadratic formula. So x is equal to the opposite of b, so that would be 5 plus or minus b squared, which would be 25 minus 4 times a times c, all over 2a. And I believe you're going to get no x-intercepts on this, because 25 minus 48 is going to come out negative, so you would end up with an imaginary answer. So there are no x-intercepts for this one. How could that be? We'll graph it. Your parabola is doing something like this. It's not crossing the x-axis. All right, how to find a y-intercept? To find a y-intercept, you let x equal 0. So x is 0, that's gone. Negative 5 times 0, that's gone. Your y-intercept is 12. So your y-intercept equals 12 for this one. X-intercept, there are no x-intercepts. All right, to find the x-intercept, you let y be 0. Here you've got 0 equals something times something. And like I said, it equals 0. The only way you're going to get 0 when you guys are multiplying is if something's worth 0. This is a product. It's equaling 0. The only way that's going to happen is if this piece or this piece is equal to 0. So you set those equal to 0. It's called the zero product property. If you have a product and it's worth 0, somebody's got to be worth 0. Add the 6, divide by 5. Your x-intercept is 6/5. Subtract the 3, divide by 2. You have another x-intercept there. To find a y-intercept, you let x be 0. 5 times 0 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. You have negative 6. Negative 6 times 3 is negative 18. So your y-intercept is negative 18. And these are your x-intercepts. Even though you haven't solved an equation like this before, you don't approach it any differently. To find an x-intercept, you let y be 0. For this, if it helps you, I'm going to move the negative upstairs. So I have 0 equals negative 8 over x squared minus 3x plus 1. To solve this, how about think of it as a proportion? How about like 2/3 is equal to x over 7? How do you guys solve that? Cross multiply. 3x is equal to 14. Divide by 3. X is equal to 14/3. So how would you solve this? Cross multiply. Negative 8 is equal to 0. How often is negative 8 equal to 0? Never. So there are no x-intercepts. Right? Y-intercept, you let x be 0. Gone. All this is gone. So you have negative 8. Your y-intercept is negative 8. All right? That's, I think, it. Thanks for your time.